Hey guys, I wanted to make an updated tier list of currently what I think is really strong since the new patch dropped about a day ago. So currently, I think Abrams unexpectedly got a crazy buff to his 1 point into his charge now, and so he kind of feels kind of insane right now. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of feels like a game runner. Bebop, I'm not gonna lie, all the Bebops I've gone against, and with John included, this character feels really strong. Feels like he can kind of just 1v1 anyone he feels like. And none of Bebop's items got nerfed, but like a good majority of the cast items got nerfed with the Kyosar Cold Front and everything like that. So this really helps Bebop stay alive a lot more. And plus, I think people are starting to find a lot more success with the uppercut. Next is Billy. I think Billy's A tier. Gang's really good. He still has insane survivability. He does do a lot of damage, but I think Abrams is still just better right now and still just has a way more impact. This character, though, can be quite volatile if there's no parries, but with the recent rebuttal changes, it kind of makes Billy feel a lot worse because of the melee resist that it gives and for how cheap and also the parry cooldown. Calico, a really strong character right now, I'm not going to lie. From previous scrims and from what I've seen from my teammates play and everything, and in matchmaking, seemed really impactful and really good. Slowing Hex though does seem to become an item that's rising in popularity due to Calico rising up in popularity. Doorman, probably B tier in my opinion. I know there's the gun build and everything, but it requires a lot of souls to get online, and he does still have his crazy like doorbell damage, which is like kind of absurd. So it does feel pretty good to do. Drifter, probably just put him in C tier. It seems to be a lot more leaning more into the ult build, where you max ult and superior duration, so people can't see. Dynamo, yeah, sorry, just D tier. There's so many silence waves going around in the meta too and everything, so it's just hard to find a good Dynamo. And like, I still think his wave needs to be increased a little bit more, in my opinion. I think it's still way too low for like one of his like only damaging abilities. Because Quantum Entangle and Rejuvenate Aura all just support stuff. So one just needs a lot more love for being his only damage ability. GT, he did get slightly nerfed. None of his items got nerfed besides Mystic Shot. Still really broken. Still can one-shot a lot of these other characters that we'll see that are come up that are pretty good. And yeah, he's still just really strong. Hayes, B tier in my opinion. I think she's okay. She's not bad, but she's not the greatest. The slowing hex and like the silence wave, or like I know there's a knife build going around too. Kind of just the one shot thing. So yeah, she's kind of like a good, nice little pick character, but not as good as our next and my most favorite, Holiday. A tier. None of her items got nerfed from my current build that I use. And so what that basically allows is my character to be even stronger and everyone else that used to use these items feel a lot weaker. Furnace, A tier, solid. Solid character in my opinion. Not much really changed with them. I know there was a big gun damage increase that happened, but like Infernus is kind of like mixed in my opinion. The Afterburn is what really does the majority of the damage. Ivy, B tier. It's no longer Gun Ivy now, it's more into the Spirit Ivy. So the Gun Ivy feels pretty bad to play at the current moment because of how hard it got hit and the Kuzu nerf. But the Vortex Web, like ult, everything like that, it can stumble into a lot of damage if you do the combo right with Ivy. So next, Kelvin, S tier. Dome is so impactful. The only way to really stop people from like healing their entire HP bar is kind of Spirit Burn. Most people, and even then, most people that you want to Spirit Burn and that are in the Dome will have debuff remover because they naturally build it. Okay, next, Geist, A tier, solid character. Honestly, has a lot of healing, best character for Radiant Regen, and kind of can just like do what she really wants. She's really good at solo laning, really good at making 1v2s happen and so off. None of her items, in my opinion, really got nerfed. In fact, she got a little bit more buff because of the gun damage change, because of how heavy you swing into the gun damage. So I think she's pretty good. Lash, C tier. In my opinion, this character got hit with a nerf. All of his items nerfed. So it feels really bad for Lash, in my opinion. And then Mina Hart, still really solid, A tier character, still really good. Mirage, still a good character. The superior cooldown for his Djinn Mark actually makes him quite scary, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. I think he does actually a lot of damage. Moan Krill, he got all his items nerfed, and he got burrowed nerf. He's still really solid, in my opinion. He's but you can definitely feel he's a lot weaker. You really need 2.6k before you can do what you used to do once you had that QSR power spike. Paige, I know she got a little bit of buffs. She feels good, but she's still situational, in my opinion, and it's hard for like a Paige to like have crazy impact, in my opinion, unlike a Kelvin Dome. Paradox, character got all her items nerfed, still really good. Mystic Burst, Headshot Booster, Mystic Shot, you still do like almost 200 damage off of just Kinetic Carbine itself, and then plus Bomb and all that, like Swap and Wall, and you can start pumping out some serious damage here. Still a really good character. Pocket S tier, didn't get anything really changed. Still pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, the Affliction just does so much in a team fight, just of that ticking and healing reduction. And Pocket's also a good counter to like Kelvin, in my opinion. So, but Kelvin can also counter Pocket with Dome. So 7. I'm not gonna lie, I think he might be D tier, in my opinion. No, because he's still really good late game, so I'll put him C. He got nerfed again, but he's still that crazy like character that can scale really hard. It's just his laning phase, and now his like ult. It feels a lot worse, but I think there's like a more build focused around his 2, which is a lot better. So Shiv, S tier character. None of his items got changed besides just Cold Front. I guess he does build Mystic Shot now these days too. But the item's just broken. He still does a crap ton of damage. Still is like a crazy threat, in my opinion. Sinclair, C tier, situational character. The bolt build still does a lot of damage, but it's the bolt build, and you gotta like kind of set up correctly for it. Victor, character got like giga buffed and then nerfed again, and currently the only way to really run this character now is gun build. From what I saw, it was okay. From what I've seen from my scrims personally, seemed okay. I think with what they did for Aura Suffering, it's gonna make it just more of a gun focused character instead, because you don't rush Spirit Res to take reduced damage. Vindicta, I think with all the burst being lessened, this character's probably B tier, but GT hard counters are too. Same with Para and everything else, but I still think this character is really solid. Viscous, I think this character got gutted pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Viscous just got some unwanted hate, some nerfs that he didn't really deserve. Viper, C tier. Character got a little bit of a rework, a lot of buffs, feels a little bit better. That's about it. I don't think the character's anything crazy to run home about. Warden, A tier. Pushed him more towards his gun focus, so he feels pretty good in my opinion. He really does he's really good at 1v1 just because of Alchemical Flask, because of that damage reduction against most of the M1s. He also just pumps out lots of damage. Ult still is incredible. His 2 movement speed just allows him to run people down, so Gun Warden is definitely in the meta right now. Wraith, She got hit with the QSR nerf as well because that's one of her core items for Merc Mag. So she did end up losing a little bit of her card damage, in my opinion. But she did get a lot of her damage buffed earlier in lane for this thing, so she feels a lot better early game. And then Yamato. For once, this character still makes me mad that their 2 is not like a thing, but she feels a lot weaker in my opinion compared to like all these other characters that can kind of just like run you down. For Yamato, you kind of have to risk the chance of getting parried whenever you go in for your full combo to just do so much damage. And then, let's see. I think I want to move Drifter down to D. I mean, I think that character just stinks. Let's see. I think I want to move Dorman into A tier because I do think the laning into the gun now, every time I played against the gun Dorman, it does feel pretty good. And with gun coming out, I think it's just going to be more broken. And yeah, probably put Kelvin higher than GT. Put Pocket higher than Para. Actually, I don't know. I think this is how I'll leave it. Anyway, yeah, this is my tier list for the current patch. Unless some crazy build comes out or something like that. Yeah, this is it until another build drops. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. And I am rank 1 currently on NA. And the best Paradox and Holiday. Alright, see you guys.